Coach DeBoer and his staff are working hard to recruit right now, and I know that it hasn't really transpired yet as far as that class of 26 is concerned, but they're making some headway. And we're going to talk about them over in the Peach State, over in Georgia, a place where Alabama has had a ton of success with a couple of big-time targets that Alabama is making some inroads on signing. We'll talk about that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Great to see you guys today. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Let's get this party started. Roll Tide. Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out with us here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel, talking about Alabama. We do it every day, and we appreciate you being here as we start to switch gears here and talk about recruiting. And look, there's a lot of news out there for Alabama. We haven't had many hits so far as when you talk about, like, the recruiting class, you know, and where are they for 26? Well, Bama, depending on what publication you look at for the 25 class, 2 or 4, but top 5. And Coach DeBoer and his guys have done a great job of recruiting. But a lot of that was guys that they had experience and relationships with from out west. Now Alabama getting back to doing what they do, and that's focusing on players that are in their perimeter. And that includes Mississippi, obviously Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia. And Georgia's always been a really, really hotbed of talent, a really good hotbed of talent for Alabama. But they've been all over the place, Missouri and Ohio as well, Texas on planes, and Georgia is where I wanted to focus today. I wanted to start with one of the most sought-after players in the country, and I'm talking about Tyler Atkinson. He's a 5-star linebacker out of Grayson High School in Loganville, Georgia, right? Now, people look at this one and they say, okay, this guy is a Georgia lean, and rightly so. He's visited Georgia on numerous occasions, including a great relationship with Kirby Smart, but that doesn't mean that Alabama's out of this, and they're going to fight hard for him. Also, Ohio State is in there, and when you got the kind of bucks that Ohio State has put behind NIL, that makes them a formidable opponent to get this guy's signature. But I'll tell you what, right now, this is a player that Alabama really needs to stay focused on. He's not set to any school, according to 24/7 Sports, and according to Andrew Bone and the guys over at On3. Bone, of course, our longtime friend and the best in the business. But this guy's a machine. 309 tackles, 309 tackles, 47 for loss, and 18 and a half sacks and 6 forced fumbles, right? I mean, think about that. 4 fumble recoveries. He's 6'2", 205 pounds. And, for a guy who is sought after, that's why. He is a difference maker at the linebacker spot. And everyone's after this guy. But Alabama being Alabama, and Coach DeBoer's relationship with players and their families is definitely something that's going to help Alabama. Plus, Kane Womack took time. Hey, I'm going to meet with this guy. I'm going to make sure that he feels comfortable and knows that he's a priority at Alabama. That's something that that On3 talked about in a report that they put out, that before Alabama beat Georgia last year, hey, the guy's in Kane Womack's office. He's talking about the game. And then you watch Alabama win. Now, Bama's going to play against Georgia this year, but this is the nation's #1 linebacker recruit. And despite the fact that he's been to Georgia a bunch of times, he's been to Alabama too. And Alabama is hoping that when he does release his top 5 list, he's going to be in there. A lot of sources feel like that Alabama's in really good position to be in the mix for this guy right now. But this is an important player, Tyler Atkinson, someone that we're going to keep a close eye on out of that state of Georgia, and a player that Alabama really covets and hopes that they'll be able to snag. We've got just a few games left this season, with 8 teams battling it out to make the conference championships. Get in on the action right now with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. They are offering all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. Don't let this offer slip away. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using our promo code Bama Tailgate. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use our promo code Bama Tailgate, bet just $5 on any wager, and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code Bama Tailgate only at DraftKings Sportsbook. So hard to believe that the NFL will have its championship games today, and Jalen Hurts, former Alabama quarterback, could be in the Super Bowl again. Wouldn't that be something? I'd love to see him win one, but take advantage of our discount. Which I guess it's not a discount, but it's a promo code, right? Bama Tailgate, DraftKings, download DraftKings, and then, obviously $5, and then you get the $200 in bonus bets. But a great day to think about it right now, depending on where you might be. Also, we're brought to you by newlifeart.com. Use that promo code Bama Tailgate. Look, this is right here. Look at this. This is restoring the order. There's A.J. McCarron throwing a touchdown pass. Trent Richardson, you know all these guys. But the Daniel Moore prints here in the studio, they really make the studio. When the guys come in and they sit on the couch, they're staring at all these championship prints from Daniel Moore. You can get those as well. newlifeart.com, promo code Bama Tailgate. At checkout, you tell them you heard it on Bama Tailgate Show, and then Bama Tailgate at checkout gets you 20% off. So take advantage of that, guys, and we appreciate them so much. Roll Tide. All right. Let's talk about recruiting. I mean, that's where we are right now. That's really what I wanted to get into today. And we kind of hit on a big-time 5-star prospect and a guy that we feel like Alabama needs to get. At least they'd love to get. And these are the guys that Coach Saban made a killing on, right? The elite players like Atkinson, Tyler Atkinson, out of Georgia, right? So Bama has gone into Georgia and gotten some really elite players over the years. And another one of those guys that is high on Alabama's list, and he has Alabama high on his list, which is good news, is Khmari Brooks, who just released his top 3, and Alabama's right in there. Alabama, Georgia, and also Clemson. So, I mean, think about it. Like those, I would think for a player from Georgia, having Alabama, Georgia, and Clemson in there, those are really the 3 big schools in this area. But he's a 4-star edge rusher. These are the guys that really make such a difference on the team. I mean, you got to get pressure on the quarterback. Brooks certainly has done that. Bogart-North High School in Oconee, Georgia. And when you look at what he brings to the table, you're talking about someone that is a disruptor, right? The 154th best player in the country, the 11th best edge rusher, the 19th best player in the state of Georgia, someone that Alabama would love to get. They're going to have to wrestle him away from Georgia, who's made him a priority. But at the same time, this is one of those guys you're looking at and you're going, hey, man, Alabama right there again in the mix for this guy. And another player that if you look at what Coach Womack wants on that, Alabama defense, he's right up there at the top of the. The other thing you really love about Brooks is what a great football player he is. Not just a great defender at 6'4", 225, with 131 tackles, 17 for loss, 13 sacks last year, two forced fumbles, and an interception. Right. He's also actually a really good offensive player. Had 31 catches for just under 570 yards and 9 touchdowns. So he can do a lot of different things on the football field. And again, someone that Alabama's really excited to have a great relationship with. And you wonder when you talk about Brooks, what the selling point to him is from Alabama, right? But you look for guys that are versatile. You look for guys that have great hands. Yeah, look, he may be on the an edge guy. Doesn't mean he's not going to pop out and get a couple picks for you as well. So those are the two guys that I really wanted to talk about on today's show. But there's a lot of other great players out of the state of Georgia. Xavier Griffin from Gainesville, who's another great linebacker. And not just to talk about defenders, but going a year later, TK Cunningham is a defensive lineman that's being sought after by a bunch of schools around the country. Elijah Tillman, even further back, you talk about 3 years from now. Georgia has always been a hotbed of talent. We'll keep an eye on those guys as things just continue to keep on rolling with the recruiting season for Alabama. Hey, guys, we're brought to you by our friends at Pearl River Resort. We love going over there. We're going to be there. Jay Coker and I are making plans right now to be there the week after next to basically get ready for this big game coming up in New Orleans, to be able to talk about the Super Bowl 59. Before we get there, though, I want to remind you that you can go to Pearl River Resort whenever, right? They've got all the games on the 20 TVs at the Timeout Sports Lounge. You can lay down wagers just like out in Vegas. They've got futures. They've got events that are happening in our country, overseas, whether it's professional or college sports, all of that covered at Pearl River Resort. And you put $50 down at the sports book. You can play Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. It's the Augusta you can play for just $40. So take advantage of that as well. Table games and slots. You got great acts, comedians, and bands. You got the spa if you need a little bit of, a little service there on the muscles. During the summer, you got the water park as well. That's Pearl River Resort, and we are so proud of them for being part of what we do here on a daily basis. So thank you guys for hanging out. Like and subscribe, thumbs up, roll tide. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
To Pearl River Resort.